Hello, delicious friends, and welcome to Vampire Bloodlost, the Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition campaign, where these genius thin bloods are slowly changing the city around them. And just as a quick recap, last week we had one of our wonderful friends, Marco, or 8-Bit Dylan, join us and continue his particular story of trying to get his touchstone to safety via a fight with a werewolf. So, I believe basically everyone has stuff to do, so we will jump right into that after we have introduced the characters, starting with Daddy.
Hello, I am Sheepdog. I play Loki. I was about to say John Hook, but I don't play John Hook anymore. I play Loki. And I just found out that if you burp in this mask, it goes right up into your eyes.
Quality content.
Quality. I mean, the mask definitely makes, the picture on the mask, it really works for that.
The mask makes the man.
That's me.
Adorable.
Yeah. Delphron. Sup?
Hello, Delphron. I play Nate. You can find me everywhere in Delhi, Delphron. Nate is just, this down in his luck cosplayer who's, desperately seeking to rule the city and, be the top dog. And he's willing to do it through murder, feasting, and I don't think there's a line that he won't cross. We haven't come across kids or babies yet, so maybe, but Molly came close. I mean, he was not really too attached to her. But yeah, that's who I'm playing today.
Awesome.
Florence?
And yeah, Fuzzy.
Hello. Hi, I'm Fuzzy. I play Florence, who's old and smelly and weird and has a crossbow. And lots of rats. Hundreds of the bastards. She's infested. Terrible case of rats.
I don't know. It's a pretty good case of rats. They've been the only good thing so far.
Yeah,
in your life.
pretty much. Yeah. Well, hey, her dead husband was pretty rad.
What was that, like 200 years ago?
It's not that old. Come on now. If she was 200 years old, you'd fucking know about it. Because she'd be telling you constantly.
And I am your storyteller, dedicated to the task of making everyone's life more difficult. So, is there anyone who has any particular plan? I believe everyone was together when we left off last time, and you all had individual plans for doing stuff?
Well, I do have a question while we're all together. Are you guys going to deal with that policewoman's body at any point?
Yes, we are.
Is it now?
Well, look, there was a werewolf, all right. We nearly got eaten by a bloody werewolf.
But I think what we've learned from this experience...
Sorry?
Why didn't you go straight there and deal with it straight away? Instead of going to find a werewolf.
But we didn't go to find a werewolf. Marcus wanted to drop his sister off on the way. Remember?
Is that important? Couldn't he have done that by himself?
Well, we thought it would just be, drop him off and drop her off and then start straight on. It was a 5-minute flipping errand. It just sort of,
And
just happened.
you managed to run into a werewolf there?
She was right there. Look.
Why was it there?
I don't know, but I think she was looking for whoever else was in the room, the safe house, because she was sniffing around at the door. So I distracted her.
So she was looking for Marco?
I'm not sure.
There was no one there when I knocked, so...
A question. Would Marco have said who else was in the safe house? I can't remember if he said or not.
I don't believe he did.
I think Marco may have mentioned that he was going to see someone called Taj, but he wasn't sure who it was.
We know who Taj is, right? Mm-hmm. And we know that Taj is missing. So Florence probably puts 2 and 2 together and says, I think Taj, nice young man, he was there.
I know who Taj is, right?
Yes.
You know of Taj.
Yes.
Okay.
Very
was this?
pleasant young man. Wonderful dancer as well. Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Turn or two around the room with him. Lovely man.
And where was this?
In the hotel thingy, safe house thingy. Where we went.
Okay. Well, I won't be going there anytime soon if there's a werewolf there.
Well, she's gone now.
Still, though.
She was very big and hairy.
So, good. We all have plans. I'm going to go and do something I want because I've already dealt with my dead body. You guys can go and do yours.
What do you need to do? Where can't you help us?
I guess I can help you if you like, but...
That would be
you're
nice,
going to do
actually,
this.
yes. Yes, I mean, we could probably use a pair of eyes to keep an eye out for, anything.
Werewolves, since we're heading into, werewolf territory, and we just faced one.
Yes, yes.
Behind
I'm
you.
going to go get my gun.
Oh, yes, that'd be a good idea. You can shoot it while I hide.
So yeah, I'm going to pop back into my sewer hideout and grab my gun and then come back out.
Fair enough.
Which I don't think we're right outside the sewer hideout, are we?
It will take you probably a quarter of an hour,
Okay.
I imagine.
15
I
minutes.
think you all met up in the sewers, didn't you?
Yeah, just as said the traps, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't take them in.
How do you get to the woods?
Walk?
Yeah, might as well.
Not far, I mean.
It's
Yeah.
not that far.
Do we get a spoober?
A spoober. A spooky Uber.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a low profile in general would be great when disposing of a dead body. So
Oh, let's go in a thing that's logged online. It's
I
fine.
will-
Uber exec.
I will shoot the driver if you guys order an Uber.
No, yeah, we'll walk. It's fine.
Yeah. Fresh air will do us good after this disgusting sewer.
I didn't notice anything, but okay.
Oh, it's fine down there. The fatberg really gives it some oomph, though, doesn't it? Clears your lungs out.
Okay. So you all walk partway through town and basically make a direct beeline for the... I don't know if I've fully explained this recently, at least, but in my mind there is footpaths that go through the forest to the north west of town. And most of them happen at the south end, and they go kind of east to west and back. And along one of the smaller, less used ones is this cottage. So getting there is a relatively trivial task. And from there you can, whenever you have ventured into the woods, you venture north. Probably either across paths or just off-road, kind of freewheeling it. So, you all are walking down a path towards the cottage. Please make me wits awareness rolls.
Oh.
This can only be good.
Yay, this is fine.
Oh, I have to scroll a long way to see how I did. Better than Nate.
He is probably just like bitching and moaning and being like, I don't see why we have to go down here. He's completely oblivious to everything and anything.
Josh, considering my downtime spent yesterday, would I haven't have had enough time to do a roll to like take away a dot like hunting rats or something of hunger?
Yeah,
Like,
while everyone else was off having an adventure, you were like tidying your apartment. So
Well, I mean, I was freaking out and burning stuff. Rid of
Yeah.
my-
Stray rat. Does our
this-
willpower come back at the end of the thing, or do we?
Up to your composure or resolve of restored willpower points. So everyone should have maximum willpower.
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't think anyone spent that much.
No. Okay. Cool. Right. In that case, I'm gonna re-roll that really awful thing.
You
so I
have
can-
2 dice to re-roll.
How has Nate not gained hunger yet? It's like the.
Because I keep
Two
feeding from your
successes.
man. I've like fed from like Suichi, the boss guy.
He keeps eating people.
I don't think there's like one episode where I haven't eaten yet.
Sounds like
And
the-
also, he's not had to do too
Maybe
many
you're-
rouse checks.
Diet.
It's true. It's true.
But he has succeeded all of them.
Yeah.
Anyway. You're strolling through the forest, and as per usual, Florence, there's the odd animal, and occasionally a raven staring at you.
I got 4 for the record.
You got 4. So you're aware that somewhere just out of where you can definitely see, your other senses are telling you that there is maybe something bigger? Was that a large footstep?
I think we should do this very quickly and go.
Well,
I don't see why we have to do this at all. Like she can rot for all I care. No one's looking for her.
Florence is going to obfuscate because.
Because
Or
Loki
something-
makes her paranoid.
Yeah. Yes. Oh God! All right.
Okay, let's do this quickly. Get in, deal with it, get out.
Do you want me to roll for obfuscate, by the way?
If you are moving through and obfuscating, then yes. You are fine.
Excellent. Right. So yeah, Florence just kind of like goes behind a tree and doesn't come out again.
Okay, where's the body? Nate.
In the basement.
I go to the
What's
basement.
left of it anyway?
Okay, you just move as quickly as possible straight to the basement. Loki,
Well, Nate is like slandering, like he's just like kicking up a fight. Like, honest to God, like a snail would probably move faster than him at this stage. Like he really, like, he does not even care about going down to see her. Like he's like, yeah, whatever. I don't.
I love it. Okay, in that case, Loki, are you going to leave Nate behind?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Gun out as well, obviously.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Florence has probably got the crossbow, but she's invisible, so nobody can see her. Dun, dun, dun.
The most dangerous thing you'll never see coming. Okay,
High perception.
how about... No, I'm not going to make you do rolls. So, Nate, you bitch, you moan, but you get left behind, so no one can hear it. Loki goes off. It's probably like 5 minutes between the two of you when he like power walks straight to the cottage. Loki, you get to the cottage. Florence, are you also going very fast?
Oh yes, I'm keeping up with the man with the gun.
Fair enough. I would like you to make a Dex stealth roll to make sure that you don't break your obfuscate, because you're moving a bit faster and no one would see you, but people might hear you. Three successes. You seem to move. Loki definitely doesn't know there's anyone there.
I mean, I rolled 4 wits awareness, but whatever.
You can smell her. You can probably smell something. Like like there's.
I don't know if Loki can, because he spends a lot of time in the sewers.
That's true.
It's like, yeah, I left something up my nose a long time ago. I don't use it anymore. It's fine.
Okay.
You hear an odd squeak in the distance somewhere, and you just know that it's a rat from Florence.
Make a wish, children. You get to the cottage. What are you doing?
Basement.
Okay.
Florence is going to case the joint. Can I help you, dog? Florence, sorry, the dog's staring at me. Florence is going to like case the joint and go around the outside just to make sure there's nothing lying in wait.
Okay, wits investigation.
All right, cool. Where is investigation? There it is, right. Two successes.
2 successes. You don't see any signs that there's anyone here right now. You do see signs that someone has been here recently. Or, sorry, not recently. Someone has been here, probably maybe a couple of days ago. That's what I meant by recently.
So
When they were there.
Mostly in the normal walking areas, there's like disturbed things, and
is
someone
this before
clearly.
or after we did the murder? Or
The murder
Before.
was like, yeah, a day. Or...
Should be before.
okay, cool. So nobody's been here since the murder.
Unless I've got my days wrong, you murdered. Nate murdered someone yesterday.
Yeah, that was it.
2 people yesterday.
Yeah, we murdered Sweetie, then we took the heart of a werewolf, and then we fought a werewolf that evening.
Well, and then we kidnapped the other policewoman, and you shot.
Yeah, and we shot Saffron as well.
It
Yes.
was a busy
you shot-
fucking day.
Sorry about that.
I don't care.
Anyway,
If John finds out, you're fucked.
yeah. There is someone that has been here. You think they're probably quite small and light by like the footprints. Someone's definitely reorganized your garden, however. And kind of neatened it and straightened it out. It's rather pleasing. They filled in the hole that you started to dig for Shuichi's body. Oh wait, no, because that was after they were there. But now you're looking, you're like, oh, this is weirdly
Somebody's
tidied.
piled those rocks up neatly. Oh, and my broken crockery collection's all arranged in size order.
Mm-hmm.
Who would do such a thing? Maybe Molly. Interesting. Anyway,
Okay. Loki, I'm assuming while Florence is doing this, has gone down to the basement. It's very quick. You basically go in the front door, which is in a center of the house, very picturesque if it wasn't dilapidated. You go in, you go right through a door, and then on your left is the stairwell down to the basement. And
Body, dead, but no body. Like, what is it? Don't leave me in suspense.
there's no dead body here.
Ah, fuck! Well, let's go.
sorry, what?
I come outside. Time to go.
Oh, that was quick. What did
Yeah,
you do?
there's no body there. Time to go.
Oh, bugger. I
Yeah.
wonder who took it. Right, okay. Somebody's been here, but it was before the before Nate did the thing.
Well, clearly someone's been here since then.
Yes, I think we should. Yes, we just need my garden up there. Look, put the crockery, the broken crockery in size order. That was nice of them, wasn't it?
Where are you having this conversation?
In the
As we're
garden.
walking away.
Oh, okay.
I'm walking away. Sorry.
All right, Florence is following, still obfuscated but talking.
Yeah.
It's not how obfuscate works.
All right. Okay, Florence is de-obfuscated then to have a conversation. God fucking damn it.
Sorry. Okay, well, you make your way towards the path again. However, Loki notices this first. There's a woman. She's quite short, quite dainty, with brown braided hair, wearing leathers, standing in the pathway in front of you, blocking your
Stop.
path.
Florence immediately just hides.
Stop. Where is
Right.
Nate?
No, she hides behind you. She's just like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
From your perspective, Nate is somewhere down the path behind this woman. Nate, have you picked up your pace at all?
I don't think he would have cared, to be honest. But if he definitely saw someone on the path and that matched the girl that he saw, he probably would stop if this is the same person. He probably would have like stopped, unless he would have just been kept going. Then again, his wits awareness was so bad, I think he probably would just walk straight into her at this stage.
Okay, I have a thing I wish to do instantly as soon as I see this person. And Florence is hiding behind me. I wish to use Sense the Beast.
Sense the beast.
Roll
Roll
plus
sense the
animal.
beast. I don't have that up. And hang on.
I got a messy critical.
Okay. I need to look that up to tell you exactly what information you get.
I've got it written down actually. It's give me a sec. A win allows the user to sense. It's versus composure subterfuge.
Versus composure subterfuge. I'm not going to look that up because I'm fairly certain you would have won with 5 successes. That's good. That's real good.
A win allows the user to sense the level of hostility in a target, whether the person is prepared to do harm or even determined to cause it, and determine whether they harbor a supernatural beast, marking them as vampire or werewolf. On a win, a critical gives the user information on the exact type of creature, as well as their hunger or rage level. This power can be used actively and passively, warning the user of aggressive intent in their immediate vicinity. Thank you, thank you, Loki.
Thank you, Loki. Okay. Loki, I think, because it is a messy critical, one of your bands slips off your ear and hangs on the mask hangs on the other side.
That's good. I need a drink.
Showing as you open your mouth, bare your teeth, and begin to use the animalistic senses that you have acquired through your blood. And what this kind of impulse you send out and receive back, just sizing them up in an instant as a kind of fight or flight response, you understand that this person is a werewolf.
Shit, okay.
This lupine is also very hostile, not seemingly determined to cause harm right now. However, not your friend. And because of the critical, I don't know how to describe this to you. Loki, do me an intelligence occult roll.
Okay.
Okay, you know that there are different tribes of lupines.
Yeah.
They're organized in some fashion. And this particular one is from something to do with Fenris. You think they're Scandinavian.
Okay.
Your critical win also tells you that she is at rage level 3.
Alright.
So pretty angry.
Yeah. So gun's already out, but I'm not going to point it at her, because that'd be stupid. I'm going to whisper to Florence, werewolf.
No, she's the one. That's the one that was the one that she's.
She strides meaningfully towards you.
Whoa. Easy.
Hello.
Is there any way
Hello.
we can get out of here without doing this?
What are we doing?
What do you expect to happen?
I'm assuming you're gonna try and kill us.
Why
do
don't we have
need
a
to
nice
try.
cup of tea instead?
I'm assuming you're going to kill us. I would like to stop that from happening and both go our own ways.
Then answer my
Both.
fucking questions. How about that?
Florence, please. Okay. If that's the price, then sure. Yes. What are your questions?
She points, like, jabbing at Florence. Come here.
I'm just gonna sort of. I'm just gonna whisper to Loki. If you're gonna charge, run.
Wait. Before you go, Florence,
What?
do we have your word that you won't attack if we do and answer your questions?
If you answer my questions, I'll let you go.
Okay, there we go. Cool.
Right then.
If you deceive me, or if I think you're deceiving me, I will tear you limb from limb.
Okay.
How many limbs are we talking?
Not really the point here, Florence. Can we please get out of here as soon as
I
possible?
don't know, because having stumps makes the begging quite useful, you know. Just get extra money. It's great.
This
Hello?
is really not the time to be flippant, please.
I'm not
Florence.
being
Answer the
flippant.
question.
Look, I'm 85, and I just... How do you know my name?
Oh no, she didn't say your
Oh,
name. I said your name. Sorry.
Hello, I'm Florence. What's your name, dear?
I am Sigyn, and you can notice like a Scandinavian accent in there.
Ooh, lovely. That's a rather nice name. I quite like it.
Yeah.
Have you been here long?
What are you?
Kindred.
You're not a kindred that I know of.
Oh, well, oh, I mean, well, I'm sort of a thin blood, which is, well, it's hard to explain. As the generations go down, the blood gets weaker, and you end up not very powerful or
Kind of part human almost, I guess.
Yeah, sort of, yes. It does mean that I can still drink tea, which is wonderful.
Okay. Florence.
Roll a charm.
Would you like a cup of tea, dear?
Please make me a composure plus, I would say persuasion, just to see how this conversation goes from this point.
Fucking persuasion whatsoever.
Unless you have a specific way you would like to approach this that isn't persuading her not to murder you.
Animal?
Surely I would use persuasion then.
You can
Oh, dicks, I don't have persuasion.
no? You can roll
Insight,
persuasion if you like.
Can I use insight to figure out sort of like how she's receiving all the shit I'm
You can at any point roll wits insight, yes.
right.
Yeah, do a wits insight. Let's give you a bit more information if you do well.
What would I roll for my persuasion? Persuasion...
Persuasion,
Charisma?
composure in this instance.
Composure? Okay.
Is that what
That's
And also Nate.
Yes.
After the next question, you have the option, whenever you would like, to turn up. You will be behind her.
I would like to
And then you
re-roll
can
my
do
wits
whatever you'd
insight
like.
as well.
Okay.
You want to what, sorry?
You can
Re-roll my
three.
wits insight.
You want to re-roll your wits insight? Please do. You have 3 dice to re-roll.
I got
One success.
2 successes.
Ooh, you got a crit success with that re-roll.
Oh, nice.
So that is 4, 5, 6 successes, Florence.
Excellent. Good. I'm glad I re-rolled.
You know, by, what is Florence doing while trying to figure out how a werewolf
Florence has
thinks?
spent a lot of time talking to people, blagging people, trying not to get moved on by angry policemen, etc., etc. So she's gotten fairly good at kind of sussing people's body language and general demeanor and things over the years.
Okay.
So she's got this vibe about her. She's a fairly good judge of character. God knows why she's hanging out with Nate.
Well, she knows she shouldn't be, so...
Okay. Loki, your persuasion is
2 successes.
good enough to stave off any preemptive attacks. I'm going to say that. Florence with 6 successes on an insight roll. As soon as you start to explain what a thin blood is, she like starts to look confused, and then she's like, I don't get it. Move on. And she's like, you can see her, you're losing her. But then you come back to the fact that you are not powerful. You are not, in a sense, truly kindred.
Mm.
And that's when you see the gears start to turn in her head. And things start to connect for her. And then she says, so you have no true power in this city?
No. No.
I will ask you one more thing. And then probably some beyond that. Shit, I forgot what she was going to say. Okay, let's move on. Do you know where the true blood kindred are?
Oh, they're all over the bloody place. They've got all
Some of
sorts.
them.
The safe houses, yes. I didn't know where Taj was, but he's probably moved on by now. And
Can Nate do a awareness roll to know what they're saying, or would he just stumble upon them?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, because that would depend on what he does. What would that roll be? Just with awareness?
Yeah, wits awareness, unless you got specialties for listening or anything like that.
I don't think I do.
Oh. You might want to re-roll that. But...
Yeah, can I re-roll it?
Yep, 3 dice to re-roll. And spend a
That's
point of
just
willpower.
rough.
Yeah, the dice are not with you until you re-roll. That's good. You get 3 successes. Which means you can just about make out everything they're saying.
yeah. But Florence, meanwhile, is like there. So there was there was the hospital. There was one at the hospital. I think that was a long time ago, though. You might have gone.
Isn't there a club?
I don't know where the club is. There is a club, but I tried to. Marco knew where the club was, and he's not here. So I don't know. It's definitely at the nightclub. Oh yes, and there's the what was it? The
Prince.
oh yeah, the prince. Oh, he's a complete bugger. I don't like him.
Yeah, where's he?
I don't. Oh, it was the thingy. I'm gonna give her the location of the.
The Elysium.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, however, please don't tell anybody I told you, otherwise I'll get in enormous amounts of trouble and probably murdered.
I don't care.
I know, but I'd really...
But feel free to kill the prince.
I don't imagine we'll be having many conversations.
Yeah.
And at this point, yeah, Nate has stumbled very slowly. Because you're moving so slowly, you're like round a corner, and from behind a tree, you see this weird standoff. And you're what would you like to do at this point? You can like catch most of it because they're not talking quietly.
Can I, from where I'm standing, what does she appear like to me? Does she appear like in an aggressive stance? Is she just kind of like, is Florence
She's
like
in a power stance, yeah.
Florence is just like blah 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 blah.
Well, if Florence doesn't seem that panicked, I'd probably just draw my gun. Nate would draw his gun. He would just slow to a crawl, maybe, and just keep an eye out. Maybe have it aimed at her.
So you're trying to hide, yes?
No, I think he would just stop, like kind of like as soon as he noticed, he would just stop and then maybe take out the gun a little bit, because like he knows if he hides, he's probably going to make a noise, so he's just stopping, if that makes sense. So like if she happens to like turn and see him, he's not actually hidden, he's just stopped in his tracks where he is.
All right then.
I don't know if he made much noise coming out. Like, you could, I don't know.
Let's get you to make a willpower roll to just stand stock still with your gun out pointed at this woman.
Okay, so just press the willpower dice.
It should be, and then when the pop-up comes, you press or tell it how many willpower you got. You should have 6.
Yeah.
Or 12.
What?
Oh, it added on.
Oh, okay. I just did 0. There you go.
Okay, yeah, it's 5 successes will do it.
Yeah.
Florence and Loki, do you see this? I think he's not hiding, so you probably do.
I'm going to ignore it.
Florence is probably not going to notice because she's too busy focused on the large angry woman in front of her.
Okay.
I have a question, if we're allowed questions too.
You can ask.
Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Did you get rid of that body that was in the basement?
She goes back to Florence. Oh, actually, no, you know what? Loki, make me a charisma persuasion roll.
Oh, come on, dude, you're killing me. Charisma? What a 1. On 2 dice.
She goes back to Florence.
Yeah.
So, can you mark for me? And she gets out a map. Where they are.
Well, some of them, yes. Honestly, not very good at maps. Let me see. So there was there, and I'm not sure where the club was, but
I'll sort of mark the general district that the club is in. And that, I don't really know. And probably I'll sort of mark the hospital with a big question mark. Like, there was one there, but that was months ago. So if it's still there, I'll be surprised.
Don't forget the warehouse where Mr. Brass was set up.
No? Oh, all right.
Yeah, mark that down.
I thought he moved on, though. Oh, maybe he's
No,
back.
I think there's still some there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, there we go then.
Okay, you mark out the Elysium, you mark out the scrapyard, you mark out the club. Anywhere else?
Warehouse.
And the hospital. Because remember there was the blood sorcerer dude who was there
Many moons ago.
Yeah.
when the campaign was young.
Oh yeah, in the hospital.
I got Florence to mark out the Mr. Brass's warehouse where I dumped the body.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the scrapyard. Okay. She basically then says, "Thank you.
That's all right, dear.
Now, tell me where you live, so that if I find out you've lied to me, I can make sure."
Oh, well, at the
We
moment...
move around a lot.
Sensible. But tell me where I can find you.
Well, let's see. I was in the sewers.
Nate just fires.
Oh no.
No, he fires. I'm sorry.
They're going to die.
There's no point in giving her all that information now.
No, he
Damn you,
fires.
Nate.
Like, he was okay with you, like, did, like, when you were getting rid of the prince, he was like, fine, I want the prince gone, I want these people gone. But when you told him, no, he's gonna stop firing.
Florence is just going to be like, ah! And fall over.
He's gonna fire, and then he's gonna leg it.
I'd like to react as quickly as possible
I would like to say yes, as someone with celerity and the only person with it at this point. You and maybe Sigyn are the only two people that can act at this point, but she doesn't appear to understand that Nate is behind her, so what are you doing?
I'm going to, as I return fire at Nate, but not even slightly trying to hit him, I'm going to scream, I thought you said you'd let us go!
Oof. Okay. Composure firearms. Nate, dexterity firearms, or whichever is higher between your dexterity and your composure, because you did win that willpower.
Composure is 3, so I'm going to do composure if that's okay.
Yeah.
I got 3 with the beast. I don't know.
Can I reroll?
You got 3. You got 3 you can reroll.
Okay.
You got 2 successes.
I don't really want to get shot, to be honest, Nate.
Okay, and then Loki, make me a manipulation persuasion.
Subterfuge?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Come on, it's more subterfuge than manipulation. Than persuasion.
Yeah, true. And Florence, just so I have a full picture, make me a dexterity acrobatics, because you're just diving out the way, right?
I'm going to re-roll 2 as well.
Yeah, Florence is just going to literally fall over because she's like, no! Battle. And there's dead leaves on the path and she's just going to slip and fall because, you know,
She's an old lady. Was it?
Dex athletics.
Athletics. Boop. And
yeah, as after I fire,
oh shit!
I don't even know. As I fire, I'm going to be like moving to cover, basically like nearby tree or something.
Okay. Right, let me get this straight. Nate, you fire. I will roll. You what did you get? You got 2 successes total, didn't you?
Yeah.
She's going to be at a disadvantage. But she moves quickly anyway. Nate, first, you shoot, you miss by a whisker. Literally.
One of her whiskers.
And I'm gonna need to change the music. There we go. Florence falls to the ground, and what makes this messy? The beast. What does the beast make you do while you are trying to escape retribution?
Probably just start.
You scrabble away.
Like spider crawling. Like flat against the floor.
It's grotesque. Oh, I know.
It's like a Japanese
The
one.
only messy thing about this is that she has a greater understanding of the fact that you still have a kindred style beast. But she has bigger fish to fry. Or smaller. Smaller. In the shape of Nate.
And by fry, you mean disembowel.
So, Loki,
Yeah.
you got how many on your subterfuge?
4.
Uh,
I got 2 and then I re-rolled 2 for it.
yeah, I'm trying to decide whether that's a win or not. I need to check her stats. Where are my PDFs? There we go. There we go. What's her insight? She doesn't have any. You win then.
Yay!
You don't hit Nate as you fire. But Nate, there is a bullet explosion in the tree next to you.
And you hear me say, like, I thought you said you'd done a score.
Mm-hmm. So just to reiterate, Nate fires a bullet and misses Sigyn, who lashes out at Florence, who does the most grotesque spider crawl into cover. Loki fires back at Nate and misses and hits a tree, and successfully confuses Sigyn, who, as he is getting into cover as well, whips around and looks at you, Nate.
Is this a new round?
Okay.
This will
So
be a new round.
Okay. So Nate, like, when he fired, he definitely, like, probably, like, backed away or turned or tried to conceal himself as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
How well hidden am I?
You're far enough away, and you were composed enough when you were standing still that you probably, like, hidden your face kind of popping out from behind a tree. The same tree that's got a bullet hole in it now.
Okay, perfect.
It's one of those big, wide, gnarly, like 7-foot trunk before it starts to splay out, like really wide beams. It's big. It's a hefty tree.
I don't know if he'd do anything because I think does he know that she knows?
Like to do, if Nate wants to think about what he's gonna do.
Yeah, does he know though? Does she definitely has she seen him? Does he know?
Oh,
Yeah. You fired. She knows where you is. Where you is? Where you are.
Okay.
She know where you is.
She know where you is. She coming. Oh Lord, she coming.
I have something
Is
I'd
she a
like to.
chonker, though?
She can
I
be.
may, Josh.
Yeah, you can go first, Sean.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to shoot her in the knee.
She's not an adventurer.
I don't care.
Okay.
Technically, Florence would have to shoot her in the knee if he was going the full adventure.
That's true. That is true.
With a flaming crossbow bolt.
Okay. Loki.
Yeah.
A called shot is a -2.
And I will re-roll 2, please.
Yeah, you got 2 to reroll.
Dicks.
Dicks. Dicks indeed. You got 3 successes. She, after whipping round, is at a disadvantage again.
Fail, 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 fail.
Ooh.
Don't you dare re-roll, Josh.
She does have willpower.
Don't you dare
But
re-roll.
I am not going to re-roll. You hit in the back of the knee, and she goes down onto one knee and starts to tear out of her leather clothing.
That's going to get expensive, surely.
I'm also going to shout as loud as possible, meet up below, scatter, and I'm running.
I'm very confused. I thought Nate had fortitude.
You should do. You should have 2 points in
dot.
fortitude.
Oh, yeah, 2 dots.
That should be on your core page.
At the bottom?
Yeah, under disciplines.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Oh god, you
Can I
got 2
sure
points
that-
of
can I just
fortitude and 2 points of dominate.
Yeah.
Could I just say that's activated? Please.
Can you what?
Can I make sure that's activated before anything else?
Okay, so you chose resilience and unswayable mind, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't need to activate those.
Oh, perfect.
What it does is you
Just in case anything happens.
you should have stamina, which is 3, plus 3, which is 6, plus your resilience, which is 2. So you should have 8 health boxes right now, which is a lot.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which will save you probably if she
In
tries
case.
to crush your head.
Yes.
Just so you're aware. So make sure they're all on your sheet for the moment.
Okay. I think Nate would fire again and run.
I
Okay.
did shoot her in the knee.
She's on one knee and
So she's
Werewolfing.
staggered for a moment. And
Well, okay, if he know, yeah, I think he would just run. He would just run. After he hears the bullet, he would run.
okay, that is a stamina plus athletics roll.
Should I do that as well for my running? Or...
No, because you have acted.
Oh, okay.
Florence.
And no
as well.
modifiers, right?
After Nate's gone, you'll get a chance. You what? Sorry?
No modifiers?
Do you have a specialty for this, for athletics? No.
No.
There's no
Is it
modifiers.
a nice enough environment that I get a thing?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, damn.
Well,
I mean,
What the fuck is wrong with you, Thin Bloods?
that's so on point for Nate as well, where like the second
Right.
he's saving his skin, he's just like, "Ah!" from tree
Yeah.
to tree.
6 successes with a critical hit. Nate, you disappear basically like a shot. Florence, what are you up to?
I'm going to obfuscate and try and just sort of sneak off.
Run.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to run quietly.
But
Okay, so make the roll for your obfuscate, the rouse check. You are fine.
Yeah,
And
right.
now for your dex stealth, running quietly. In which direction, out of interest?
Probably off to one side from where the others have gone.
Okay, so you have I'm
I'm
assuming
going to
Nate
take
is
a long...
so Nate is running straight back down the path ish towards
which
the city.
would be east, basically.
I'm running at like a 45 degree. I'm running kind of that way now.
And
That's
Florence
like
is gonna
Which
go
is
the
what
opposite way.
direction compass-wise?
So if he's running east, you said, like southeast,
Southeast. Okay.
and then Florence is going like southwest, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we? Dex.
Thin Bloods, all about survival.
Roll good. 3 successes. I'd like to re-roll those as well because I really don't want to get eaten by a werewolf.
You have 1 dice to re-roll.
All right, you know what? I'm not. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, Florence is just like.
And now it comes to Sigyn.
Don't be a dick.
Who I guess she's rolled to dodge the bullet. So she's also taking this turn to transform. Loki, have you made a running roll?
No, I shot her, and then you said I'd acted. So
Got you. In that case, are you all continuing to run?
Yes.
Everyone, please make me your appropriate running rolls. This is basically the same ones you did before, except Loki, you shot, so that would be a stamina athletics.
Oh, stamina. Come on, Josh.
Nope.
I think mine was stamina athletics as well, wasn't it?
Florence is still spotted.
Yes, yeah, it was.
Nope. Rerolling those two. There we go. Better.
2 successes for Loki.
And as I'm running, the mask is going back on because I'm heading towards the city.
Okay. So there's Loki with 2, Nate with 3, and Florence with 3.
Run slower, please, guys.
Also, I'm invisible. Well, obfuscated.
You are obfuscated.
Oh, Loki's gonna die.
You don't have much luck with characters, do you? Fucking Nate!
Could I make an argument that she doesn't care about me because she doesn't know who I am? Just saying. And also, Nate rolled so well, I want her to chase him because she thinks she's gonna catch him.
Like, there's the ball.
wait,
Go get the ball.
You
Go get the ball.
physically
You
hurt
on.
her. That's
You
the
get the
thing.
Ah, dicks.
No one in particular has drawn her attention explicitly,
Yeah.
so I get to choose. Florence,
Yes.
roll me
Oh, fuck.
your. I'm
Mel.
gonna have to look this up.
Roll for smell, Florence.
1, 2.
It is to see if she can see through your obfuscate. Obfuscator's characters roll wits or resolve plus or specs. What? No, wits plus or specs, please, Florence.
Wits plus or specs.
No, sorry, obfuscate. That's my fault.
Wits plus obfuscate. Okay.
Wits obfuscate. And Sigyn.
Oh wait, that's just an obfuscate. Hang on, can I do wits plus obfuscate? Because it's a
Yeah,
discipline.
you do. In the bit where your discipline is, you can change the like resolve and etc. and put discipline in there.
Wait, what?
So if you have like a power like rapid reflexes, and then you got the roll next to it, you can put like wit
Ah.
and then discipline. And
Oh,
then,
cool. Okay, so what did you want? Sorry.
Wits obfuscate, so it'd be wits discipline in the obfuscate powers.
Yeah, wits plus discipline for the
Oh, and it's this one here.
one on discipline on the core page.
Boom.
Yeah,
There we go. Three successes.
3 successes. Marvelous.
You
I'm
may wanna
quickly
re-roll.
checking.
Yeah, can I re-roll that? I'm gonna use
Let's take a
all
look.
my-
You
got
can
three.
re-roll 3.
Yay! I'm gonna re-roll 3 because that was yeah.
I have to do.
Because werewolf senses.
Subterfuge. Loki made a shot.
I'm assuming she's going after Loki, to be honest.
Whatever. Okay. Let's just do this as a roll-off instead. You get 5 successes. She gets 4.
Wow. 4-9.
However, she is going to re-roll 2.
Oh no.
She only got the same as you. So what I'm going to say is that Florence, you're extremely aware of the fact that you are being tailed. But she can't break through your obfuscate.
Yeah. Florence is just like,
Is she still spidering?
probably probably not. She's just like she's doing the sneaky run as fast as she can while still being really quiet and just like
holding her skirt in front of her.
oh, come back.
Okay. Loki and Nate, wits awareness.
Okay.
Four successes, 2 successes. Nate, you are so far away if you want to be.
Yes.
And you are very aware with 4 successes, there's no one around. There's not even any ravens, animals staring at you. That's weird.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was safe for a second, but that's a bit strange. Shit.
I think you can also probably hear like the thudding of large feet back in the direction that Florence and Loki are. Loki, you're fairly certain you're not being followed.
Okay. Can Nate quickly take out his phone, message his mentor? Do you want to go, Loki?
I was just going to say very quickly, Loki's always sure he's being followed. Just I'm not being followed by the werewolf, probably.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
So yeah, I think I would message my mentor everything that I overheard Florence say, like the locations, and be like,
snitches gets
like werewolf encountered these locations. She might turn up at.
Oh shit. Okay. Werewolf encountered might turn up at these locations.
I'm not sure how much he heard, like how many locations.
You heard them all.
Okay, but he would have sent them all in, yeah.
Because he's like running through the street,
Oh dear. Okay.
like, holding his skirt up. And...
He's a millennial. He can do anything.
Okay. Wow, Nate. Wow.
I know, right?
Is that all you do? You take it out. You text.
Just take out the phone, just text, and then, or yeah, I think he would. Yeah, 'cause it's a bit late. He sent it, and then say, "Meet up soon?" ? And then I think he put his phone away and head back towards the city as fast as he can.
Okay, yeah. You get a message back a little while later saying, come to where you met me before, boy.
Okay, I think he won't even reply. He'll just go straight there.
Yeah. Okay. Loki.
Yeah.
Sup?
Sewers.
You're fucking off? Okay.
Sewers nice. Sewers safe. Going sewers.
Oh, cold. Oh, all cold.
Hey, I shot a fucking werewolf, alright? I hung around an extra turn to shoot a werewolf for you guys.
Yeah, okay. In that case, you're basically out of the scene, both of you. Florence, however, you are running southwest?
think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Southeast.
Oh, southeast. That was it. Yeah.
Southeast, sorry. Okay. In that direction, you have a couple of choices. You can either run through what is basically Taj's mansion and the surrounding gardens, or you can start to run onto areas that are... It's like sparse woods breaking into and in between estates, housing estates.
I probably... Okay, Florence is panicking, but on the other hand, she wouldn't want to lead a big, scary werewolf towards an inhabited area, I feel. She doesn't particularly enjoy people who aren't, the fucking Inquisition getting hurt. So she would go for Taj's mansion.
Okay. You are ahead of this werewolf, and as you break into the ornate gardens at the back of Taj's mansion, you have a flashback to a moment last season where you pissed on Taj's gate.
I didn't piss on Tasha's gate, thank you very much. Somebody else did.
That's not how I remember it.
I'm pretty sure everyone did it except Nate, as far as I.
Okay, maybe I don't remember. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What's Florence thinking, doing? Run, I'm assuming.
Yeah, she's probably also going to offload a few of her feeder rats as well.
Just be like, run, babies, run.
And sort of prepare her for other sort of minion rats as well to run if she gets got.
She's like, right, if anything happens to me, just run, babies, all right, run. Look after my daughter.
Okay.
That's your job. If anything happens to me, look after my baby, all right?
Charisma animal, Ken. No manipulation animal, Ken. Three successes.
Do it!
No, you didn't fail, so it's not bestial. They seem to be paying attention through their fear, despite self-preservation instincts. They do not abandon the sinking Florence.
Yay!
I guess, if you're continuing to run stealthily, stealth plus dex to run as fast and as far as you can.
Okay, here we
to
go.
outpace this werewolf.
Holy shit.
6 successes is good. You have 1 dice you could re-roll if you want.
Why not? Let's burn all of my willpower. Woo, yeah. So 1 dice reroll. That's 13. God fucking damn it. 1. There we go. Boom, 7 successes.
That is 7 successes. Versus 4.
Oh, wait, you're gonna reroll. Oh god.
4 successes. That I will re-roll.
God! Frickin' damn it.
You win.
Yeah?
You win by 1.
You got 7.
Oh, I did got set. Oh,
Because you
thank
rerolled.
fuck, I rerolled. Thank fuck, I rerolled. Oh, shit. Oh.
Where does Florence run to?
Did she hear me say meet up downstairs or like underneath? Because that was basically implying sewers.
Is there a sewer entrance around here? Is this place like, you know, sort of connected to the mains sewers?
Yes.
In that case, Florence is probably gonna sort of like look around and then sort of like, you know, there's probably in the back garden somewhere near the back of the house, there'll be, you know, a manhole cover for the sewers.
Okay. Yes,
And then-
there pretty much is. It's there seem to be some like public access tarmacked areas that have a great big hole in it. I am going to need you to do one last roll because moving a giant piece of metal will break your obfuscate. So I'm going to say wits plus stealth
Oh, fuck.
to make
okay.
sure that you get in there as quickly as possible
Uh-huh.
You can do it.
without being seen.
Yes.
6 successes.
And you have 1 dice you could re-roll if you want.
You know what? Yes. Fuck it. Fuck it. Shit be bad. This is not getting. Oh no. Well, that wasn't worth it. Oh well, never mind.
Hmm. Five successes. You get into the sewers. You secure the hole cover. And you begin to splish-splosh your way through filth.
She's definitely not splish sploshing. She's sort of like she's kind of like feet up on sort of either side of the thing.
Okay,
Or,
yeah.
Actually, no. Probably she's gonna sort of like splash a bit of filth over herself, and then sort of like quietly
All right.
waddle over either side of the water.
She's gonna float down with the turds.
Better turd than dead.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would eat a turd to not die right now.
So
In game.
Loki is going back to the sewer hideout, but won't go inside. We'll wait outside for them.
Okay. Right. Florence, you hear rage and smashing and crashing and some very unpleasant sounding howls.
Oh, fuck.
But they fade away as you walk through the sewers. Which I think brings us to Nate.
Yes.
Nate, you go directly to the town hall where you last
Yeah,
saw
the daddy's office.
Mr. Grimmett. Sugar Daddy's office. Okay. This time, instead of no one being there to greet you, looks of confusion, everyone either ignores you or, in one case, leads you to the room. Up the spiral staircase and into the very large, ornate office. Wood paneling, books, all that. It's great. You can smell the opulence and the money. Give me a second.
That's never a good thing.
Sigyn is there.
Sigyn is sitting.
for you.
Sitting there.
Oh, I wish. Okay.
Sure, she's not that much of a monster.
Right. You, as you come up, your head pops up from this spiral staircase. You get a good night, boy. You've been busy.
In some ways. He says it completely innocently and clearly like full of shit.
I admire your laissez-faire attitude. However, you have apparently seen important events in the city. So, please take a seat. Let's relax. Would you like anything to drink?
Yeah, if you've got anything not too strong, I suppose. And Nate like casually takes the closest seat. Near enough to him, not like the furthest one away, but like halfway in between. Like if there's like two seats, like maybe.
Yeah, there's a
near
couple
enough.
in front of his desk, and there's one that's like I guess you would have to drag it a little bit closer. Are you going to be on his side of the desk or on the opposite?
Yeah, definitely his side of the desk if he's like.
Or on the side, I guess you could be.
Yeah, maybe on the side. Yeah, the side of the desk. Closer to his side of the desk, really.
Okay, yeah. You try and make it more intimate, and he just observes you doing these things. I didn't mean... Would you like a drink? Do you need...
Yes, please. Be appreciated after everything.
After everything. You think a lot of yourself. But please, do you have a flavour?
Thank you. I think Nate doesn't even hesitate. If he offers his hand, he's just going to reach over and drink.
He doesn't offer his hand. He goes on to say, do you have a particular flavour or shape that you like your drinks to come in?
Oh, I think Nate would just be honest and say, pretty.
I thought as much. That means my guess is good and we have a lot to discuss. He just presses a couple of buttons on an intercom and then goes back to talking to you. And a minute later, a very kind of sleepy looking woman, a little dazed and out of it, but gorgeous. She is basically catwalk model, kind of beautiful. And he's like, is this to your liking?
It's very beautiful, but
always specifics. If you would, let's have a quick visit. And you can see what you're in for. Come with me. And he holds out his hat.
Yeah, Nate takes it.
He holds your hand as he follows this skinny-looking woman back down the spiral staircase, and then he basically kind of bumps his elbow on a flat panel in the area below, and it kind of clicks in and then out into a secret door. And then in a kind of not particularly well-kept, dingy-looking room, there are sat there just either drinking or eating or smoking, injecting probably a dozen different men and women. Some of them pretty, a couple of them are ugly, but they all appear to have some slight different demeanor about them. Take your pick.
Oh, like any of them?
One.
Oh.
And there are rules. Has anyone ever explained the rules to you?
No.
Well, this is mine. And anything you see here, I have offered to you. Pick one, but make sure they don't die.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Of course, he says. And he just kind of gesticulates into the room and lets you wander for a bit.
Okay. Does he let go of my hand?
If you do begin to wander, he follows a little bit behind you, but he still holds your hand.
Yeah, I think Nate will maybe take a quick little survey of the room, even just a quick glance, and maybe the first really attractive guy that he sees, that just maybe some tall person or something, just that he drifts towards.
Okay, yeah.
So that just naturally catches his attention, and he just finds himself drawn towards. I think he would.
Definitely. There's a let's see.
I do think before pulling him over, he kind of look up and be like, "Hey, this one kind of is all right, I guess."
The very pretty guy that you're looking at seems a bit spaced, and there is a little piece of tin foil and some needles next to him. he's like, if it takes your fancy, then please indulge.
Okay, Nate will like nod. He won't let go of the hand though. If the hand, like, if he doesn't let go of him, he won't let go. And he'll like maybe like trace his hand like around his shoulders, maybe like take a little bit better look at his face. I don't recognize him at all, do I? Like he wouldn't be someone I'd.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay, good.
You wouldn't recognize him.
Yeah, then I think Nate would lean in, maybe his neck, but before he bites, he would look up again, just to see if he would get a nod or whatever before continuing.
If you wait, then you get the nod of approval.
Okay, yeah, then he'd like sink his teeth in, not too greedy, just enough that like, because he's not really that hungry. He just wants to taste to see if this guy will do.
If you just taste his blood, you can feel there's a kind of happiness, but it's not contented happiness. There's like an edge to it where this person wants more, and you can connect the dots and they clearly want more of whatever they've had. It's just like an eager happiness in there. So you know it's pretty strong, and if you drink fully from this person, you're probably pretty you're inexperienced at this point, but you're aware that you will lose your fortitude, but you will gain something else.
Yeah, I think he will. I don't think Nate is kind of he won't drink fully, I think, because I'm not hungry, right?
You are not hungry, but when has that stopped you?
I think Nate would just be grateful. He would just like maybe just take a like little thing and like wipe his like mouth off, maybe give it a lick so it like heals.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would just return back to where he stands and probably like catch your man's eyes and thank him. It's just what I needed. I appreciate it.
So you're greedy then? Not a bad thing. Having varied and interested tastes is admirable. Sometimes the right vessel is pleasing even if you don't need it. So just to be clear, you didn't want to lose your fortitude, or did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I think if I was even one bit hungrier, I think he would have. But I think he just wanted to taste them just to see if your man would do. Because even though Nate's really grateful for this, he's also greedy. Getting something worthwhile.
It's practical. If you don't want to lose your fortitude, that's up to you. You definitely would have gotten something else, but now you don't know what. So, he's like, now then, to business. I think we have a lot to discuss. You've been sending me many and varied messages. You go further afield in this city than I do. And as he's saying this, he leads you back up into the office. And he sits you down in the chair on the side. And sits down himself. You're going to have to explain a few things to me.
Sure. Like, what?
Starting with this evening. You say you met a lupine. But someone said some locations, and I'm very aware of the sensitive nature of them. So who was it?
Okay, so that detective that I was I sent you a message of, I killed her. She was torturing thin bloods like myself, and I needed to get away. But I found her phone. I messaged someone, and he kind of explains the situation. I felt like he messaged her. Doesn't include Florence in it at all, and says like he found her phone, messaged the nearest number, scoped it out, and this is when this girl attacked. And then as he was making his way back to the cottage, he came across two people who'd obviously been at that area talking to her. He doesn't mention the cottage. He just says he was on the way back to the cottage, and I don't think he'll say how close he was to the cottage. He's just like, yeah, I was making my way back to take care of the body when I came across them. I listened in for as long as I could, and then they were the locations they were giving out. I've recognized, so I decided to end it there and then.
Okay. Please
It would
roll
all come out
me.
like a ramble, I think, as well.
Yeah, so you're trying to say that you killed Shuichi, left her in the basement, and then you encountered Detective Borlu at the cottage as well?
No, I went to
The coffee shop.
find the contact of hers. Yeah, I wouldn't say
The
like the Detective Borlu person. I wouldn't mention their name or anything. I would just say that like,
contact.
yeah,
Okay.
and that's when.
You found a werewolf.
She wasn't there looking for me. She was looking for someone, but I recognized her.
Okay, you're going to need to make me a manipulation plus subterfuge roll. Because you are specifically omitting details.
Yeah. Okay. Right, reroll that. I don't think I can reroll.
You can reroll one.
You can reroll one.
You are bad at subterfuge, dude.
I have no at all.
It's all about the domination and you know.
Yeah, and this is one guy I don't think Nate is going to want to dominate.
You could try.
Oh yeah, please try.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You shot a werewolf. You know, just-
Shooting werewolves, dominating elder vampires.
He hasn't
Dang.
actually shot a werewolf yet.
Shot at a werewolf. Okay. Yeah. Nate, you're saying this. I'm going to give you a because you re-rolled, but you didn't meet the successes you required. Basically, a dirty success. There's a cost here, and it's written on his face. He can see through the fact that you are not specifically lying to him, but lying by omission, and he can tell that.
Yeah.
And you can tell that he can tell that. You're going to have to learn the game, Nate. You will have many years ahead of you in which to practice, but getting a grip ahead of the time will do you well. Otherwise, you're never going to make it in the Camarilla.
Yeah, I think Nate swallows hard and he kind of nods. And yeah, well, it's been hard just by my own. It would be nice to learn, I guess.
Good.
And he's like, his eyes are like going everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Let's go over the basic traditions of the Camarilla. Because I can see somewhere in there you are not telling me the truth. And as a thin blood, I want great things for you, Nate. I
You do?
need great things for you.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have to do better. Otherwise, you're going to have to stay here and fester with all those discarded cane spawn. Is that something you want, Nate?
No, please. I think he'd look up like really frantic, like, that's what I'm trying to get out of. I don't. No.
Good. I can see you're eager. Use that. Listen carefully. There are certain rules by which we live to protect the kindred from the kine. Now we have power over them, we have dominion, and soon we will have a significant amount of control, but whenever they have discovered, and these are lessons from history, from far beyond when I was turned. Whenever a kine in great number discovers that we are real, we exist, we're not just a fairy tale, their fear overcomes them. And occasionally, it leads to stupidity. Most of the time that gets them killed. But the rest of the time, they band together, and in modern nights governments have significantly more freedom and organization. So we have to be more careful.
Yeah, I agree. Like, that's why I got rid of Suichi. She was... Yeah, I think he would just trail off in this.
He stands up and he strikes you, like full backhand across the face.
Yeah, I think Nate would just not even raise a hand. He would probably just take it and just, I guess, not turn his face. He would probably like get slapped and just like keep his eyes looking where they're looking.
You're a special kind of fool, Nate. When things need to disappear, there are options. Death is one of them. I'm not going to lie. But suspicious circumstances lead down paths that we do not want the kine investigating. There is a reason that I and many others allowed Shuichi to exist in these nights.
I think Nate, you could like hear him like take like a sharp intake of breath, and he would just nod and just keep his mouth shut.
I'm not going to spell it out for you, Nate. This is extremely bad. But I have a shining. I have taken a shining to you. And your future is dependent on your actions now.
Yeah, okay, whatever you need. And his face would like stay.
In the coming nights, I will inform you about what I need you to do to prevent a full-scale operation from the Second Inquisition visiting our little city. You have a lot of work ahead of you, Nate. But for the moment, we should move on to other matters. Because I'm extremely interested in your messages before this night. And he just brings up his phone, and Josh goes through his notes.
And Delphron gets a little worried.
Yeah, I think Nate would like return his head to maybe his lap. Maybe he's staring at your man's legs if he's in front of him, and just not even like...
Yeah. He sits back down after he gets his phone out. I am trying to find a message. But, no, I know the gist. It doesn't matter. Who is John? And why is he so special, as you told me?
Well, I don't know exactly who he is. He was just some thin blood we mixed up with a while ago, and there was a girl, and she was running in an alleyway, and I didn't even know who this girl was, but I just tried to help her, and this guy was stalking her, and John intervened, and I don't know what happened, but he bit him, and then Nate would kind of like, I think we stumbled because I don't think Nate really understood what actually happened, and he would try his best to like explain it, but after that moment, he just wasn't the same. I don't know. It's like he was John, but he wasn't John, and now like they're saying that like he could be connected somehow to the city.
Connected to the city.
Yeah, the way people can't leave.
This is all very intriguing. Do you understand what happened to John and to that other kindred that he wrestled with?
Yeah, he fed on him. Like, but yeah.
Nate. Let me tell you about a specific taboo amongst kindred. Our distance from the first kindred, people tend to refer to them as Cain. There's no proof, and I personally have an interest in the various theories. However, the first kindred was unimaginably powerful and could do things, new things that are beyond your imagining. However, as Cain got lonelier, he created more. And so the generations were begun. And the further from Cain you are, the more diluted your blood is. Which is why we get to today. Everyone was as lonely as Cain when they brought another kindred into the world. And whatever poor, useless soul brought you into the world, they were too far removed. The blood didn't take.
I think that Nick would meet his eyes. And he's like, kind of like the cogs kind of working, and he's kind of like trying to fully kind of understand.
You are not as kindred. You are on the cusp between life and death. Power and weakness. And thus far, you have given into that weakness. John chose strength. He absorbed whatever kindred he ate into himself and elevated his instincts, his power above you, yours. And whatever kindred he absorbed clearly had a connection to the city, so please, describe him for me.
The guy or John?
The guy. Boy, calm yourself.
Yeah, I think Nate is like totally freaking out because he's like just worried about things. But I think Nate would like definitely try and think back. I don't know, like, because he doesn't know the guy. So he would just describe him from whatever he remembers, the things that he was wearing, and just like I didn't know him at all. All I know is the quick stuff that happened before John jumped.
And you say he was following a woman?
Yeah, some human.
For what purpose?
I don't know. He was going to do something to her, apparently.
It's a shame you're so young. Don't worry, Nate. And for the first time ever, you see a smile on his face. This stony, serious, stern person suddenly maybe lightens up a little bit. My plan includes you. And if you are to survive more nights than the coming few, I will require you to do what John did.
Okay, I don't know. I don't understand it, but whatever you want, I mean, I don't want to be scrounging around anymore. If I can do that, then yeah.
And once you have elevated yourself beyond scrounging around, as you put it, what will you do?
I'm not sure. I guess I just want to belong.
You will.
I think he looks up and meets his eyes and is like, because I think that is honestly what Nate does want.
You will. And once you have learned the rules, this select club of ours, the Camarilla, will be your family.
I think Nate tries not to smile, but you can see the smile on his face. He's like, yeah, that genuinely makes him
Now, to your task. Think happily of the future, but remain focused in the present, for me. I require you to deliver me the blood of John.
okay. Yeah.
That's it. Very simple.
Simple's not the word I would use, but you got it. Yeah.
Good. Now, is there anything you want to ask me?
Oh, this could be I don't know. I think yeah, Nate was just looking and be like, should I be worried about the werewolf?
Ah, yeah. You're certain that this location wasn't mentioned?
Yeah, no. I'm sure.
Then I wouldn't worry.
Okay.
Hang on, which locations were mentioned? 1 second.
Seems like Mr. Brass's.
Factory.
Yeah. Elysium Scrapyard, Club, and Hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's exactly what he says. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
The problem will solve itself.
Ooh. I think Nate would ask that too. He'd be like, I don't need some now, but would it be possible to come back for, my needs?
Your dose. Absolutely. You may not be able to find me, so let's make an appointment now, in 1 week. If we haven't met before, you are permitted to return here. At this time,
Okay.
and we will make the commitment.
Thank
There are
you.
many secrets to your blood, Nate. We will unlock them. And I think for the next half hour, he instructs you upon the rules of kindred society. And
Okay.
he makes you repeat back to him the oh god, what's the actual name for them? The tenets of the kindred society. And for some reason, there's no specific page that mentions it. So let's go to 56 and see what happens. there are the traditions. Here we go. For some reason, if you want to refer to them, Deli, they are on page 51 in the PDF. However, he describes to you the first tradition, the masquerade. He has already spoken to you this. But it is secrecy. It is making sure that no mortal ever discovers that kindred exist. And there are quick, efficient, and brutal methods of enforcing that. He makes that pretty clear. You don't get a do-over if people know that you exist and decide to burn you. The second tradition is the tradition of domain, which he pityingly describes to you as a place that kindred own within the city that belongs to them, and they have to look after it. It is their responsibility and no one else's. The other one is the progeny, and give me a wits insight roll.
Ooh.
One success. It's not very difficult to sense the bitterness in his voice and demeanor as he explains to you the tradition of the progeny. Essentially, in most societies it varies, but in this one in particular, you must ask the prince if you are to sire a new kindred. The accounting, which is the fourth tradition, is basically looking after your child, and if it fucks up while it's under your protection, essentially before released on its own, you gotta deal with that. It's on you. You normally have to kill them. Then there is hospitality. If someone arrives in your domain and asks nicely and presents themselves to you, you then bring them under your protection and promise not to kill them unless they fuck up. Most of the time. And then destruction. This is the sixth tradition, and essentially the one he is most interested in making sure you learn. Those who break the rules come under something called a blood hunt. And there are special exceptions to those under a blood hunt. If the prince decides that someone has broken the rules so egregiously that they deserve to be destroyed, it is everyone's duty to make sure that happens. And often, the reward is diablerie. And he's like, guys, see where I'm going with this?
Okay, yeah. I think they would be like, okay, so, all right. Would have been nice to know these rules when I started, but I appreciate it.
That's the curse of Thin Bloods. No one cares. You are expendable. You are signs of a coming apocalypse. And people aren't particularly interested in teaching someone that can't do anything new tricks. And so you fester. I, however, have different ideas. Please don't prove me wrong.
I won't.
Thank you. Follow the rules and you will be fine.
I will. And is there anyone I can, I kind of have been doing things in a react first kind of way. Is there a way I can reach out to someone who could advise me? Can I reach out to you?
Yes. Give me your phone.
Yep, Nate just hands it over. No questions.
He throws it in the fire. And he takes a similar looking phone out of his pocket and throws it in the fire. He takes out 2 brand new phones and hands one to you. This is for emergencies, but I'm glad that you're thinking ahead. As I said, you have years, so please, if you have questions, learning to play the long game is how we survive. It is the ebb and flow of ages that protect us. But unless you join the Camarilla with me, you will not survive it. So, get that blood for me, please. Let me know when you have it.
Okay. And what about John? Does he matter once I get the blood, or?
No. My understanding, dear Nate, is that he has not presented himself. And he points, in my head I'm imagining he's got a whiteboard with all the all the different things written out. He points to the tradition of hospitality, and he's like, John has not presented himself in this city, and therefore is under no one's protection but his own.
Okay.
I will warn you. I have studied this lightly, but my suspicion is if you diabolise him, you will inherit his curse.
His curse?
We'll discuss this another time. But you are in a very fortunate position of being able to choose your curse. It can only happen once, so careful. But John would be fair game. I would prefer to see him destroyed, personally. But not before you get me the blood.
Okay, I'll get it for you. I promise.
Marvellous. Oh, Nate, we're going to do wonderful things together. Now go. You have the rest of the night to yourself.
Thanks. Thanks. And I think he like stand there for like a brief moment, maybe nod, see if he like does anything, and then like maybe like let himself out. Not timidly, just kind of like a. I'm unsure what the protocol is here. Do I bow? Do I knee? Like he's like completely doesn't know. So he just like stands there and is like.
Nate, you have 3 in etiquette. I think you probably can absorb quite quickly that this is a semi-formal situation. So if you kind of just show submission to him in like a bow or something, he'd probably appreciate that.
Okay, yeah, we'll bow. I'll bow then. I'll bow and then see myself out.
He just stands there with a knowing look on his face and watches you leave. And then you go out into the night. Which I think brings us to whoever else has something they would like to do.
Well, I assume me and Florence are meeting up in the sewers.
Yeah.
Are you doing it immediately?
I was waiting for her outside my...
Yeah, Florence is just going to sort of head back to... Florence is just going to head sort of back to Loki's place. Still obfuscated, so she's probably just going to sort of pop up and she's be like, "Oh my god, that was terrifying!"
Oh my god, why would you do that?
What?
I was waiting for you. There's a vampire. There's a werewolf after us.
Right?
Don't jump out at me like that. I almost shot myself and you.
I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm a bit there's a werewolf.
Yes, I shot it.
Yes, I know. Why did bloody Nate shoot you?
I don't know. He is an absolute idiot. How have you managed to survive with him with you?
I don't know.
Do you want to come in? Like, I usually
Yes,
I don't.
please.
You know, yeah, no, but we need to be safe right now.
I need a cup of tea. I really, really need a cup of tea.
I have tea inside.
Oh my god, yes.
and
Please.
I'll
Someone
be-
make a dexterity roll.
Who's making the tea?
You can.
All right.
Dexterity and etiquette.
I feel like Florence should have a speciality for dexterity.
I can give you a free dexterity speciality.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I'm
You've
so
done
down
it so
for
many times now. I'm okay with that.
It's not really like game breaking, really.
No, it's not.
that. Your life rests on your ability to make
Unless-
a cup of tea. Fuck it. I'm
unless-
trained for this shit.
Like the finale is having like luncheon with the prince, and he's like, "If you don't make the perfect cup of tea, I'll kill you."
Finally, my time to shine.
I'm not saying I haven't considered that possibility. It's a possibility.
So how would that work? If it's
It's dex plus etiquette.
no, I just
Plus-
meant if you actually give me a special.
Oh, specialty? I think on the core page there's like a specialties under your skills. So just write down etiquette tea making, I guess.
Tea brewing.
Mm.
All right.
There's a difference between tea making and tea brewing.
What would that give you? Like a +1?
Yeah. So
All specialties are +1 to
When you make the
specific
roll.
dice pools.
put a 1 in the thing. Fuck yeah.
That's a pretty good cup of tea.
Despite
like-
the shaky hands, Florence is like, right, here we go. Oh god, I need this. Yes.
And like this is the second time I've brought you through Florence, like through the traps and everything. You didn't map it out last time, but if you want to try again,
Florence is too fucking shook
Okay.
right now. She's just like,
Let's just get inside.
well, that was fucking horrific.
Yes.
My cheeks are aching.
I'm not bloody surprised. Bloody mask on all the time. I do. It's quite adorable with the little. What is that? Blushy cheeks sort of thing going on there. This is quite cute, really.
No, it's just something I found. Well bought.
It's adorable.
It was better than the big ginger beard. No one likes a big ginger beard.
I don't know. I mean, when I was a young girl, I knew no man with a ginger beard.
Not really the time for memory lane, to be honest.
Oh well. Yes. Anyway, where was I? Yes. So,
Werewolf.
yes. Oh,
Third time you've ran into this werewolf?
second, I hope.
Okay. How big was it when it was like? Did you see it in its full form?
She just looked like a big hairy wolf lady.
Right.
It was like 8 foot.
Yeah, okay. Big hairy, she had a duck to go through door frames, that sort of thing.
Florence, quickly roll me an intelligence wits.
Right.
Could I do an occult to see if I know if that's like regular size for a werewolf?
5 successes?
I mean, yeah, you could.
Oh.
Intelligence occult. Sure, yeah. Just quickly, out of interest, where would Nate go?
I don't think he would. Actually, what time is it?
It probably took you a solid half hour, 45 minutes. That talk with your mentor, Bradley Grimald. So
Creeping into early morning, probably.
Okay, well then Nate would probably. I was gonna say he would probably maybe try and find a phone, but no, he's not gonna bother because there'd be no place to open. If anything, he wouldn't contact them on the new phone because he wants that completely separate. he would probably maybe lie and say that his phone got destroyed. So maybe he would just head back to the apartment that he shared with Florence, the safe house.
Okay.
The werewolf doesn't know about.
Yeah, because he doesn't know.
Isn't it useful having friends with safe?
It's just 'cause he doesn't know the
It's not
traps,
having friends who will fire on a werewolf before you can tell them where you live.
and he's just not gonna. Yeah.
Okay. So you're not going to the sewer one, so you won't meet up with the others. Fair enough. That's fine. I will say though, you could probably get buy yourself a burner phone on the way back, because in this city, the larger places mostly, and a select few smaller places, are open past where they are in real life.
Okay. Then yeah, you probably go get a burner phone then, something cheap and just something like to slip his other SIM card into.
Yeah. Cool.
Maybe just send Florence a text on the way back, but that'll probably be a while into the.
Yeah.
There tends to be always at least one 24-hour supermarket open.
Right.
You can get a burner phone. So you go back to that safe house. Loki and Florence.
Are talking werewolves.
Yeah. Florence, you remember the rotting dead werewolf at the henge, and it was, at a guess, maybe 11 foot. And yeah, Loki is sifting through a significant amount of straight up fake and falsified and storified information about lupines. You're pretty sure that Sigyn is small for a werewolf.
Okay.
Yes, it was. No, that dead one was much bigger, I think. It was massive. She seemed a bit smaller. I don't know if it was because she was, inside.
Well, either
Maybe that was her subtle, her being subtle.
I would say either she's a lone wolf, which unlikely, I guess, but possibly if she's like a runt, she's been kicked out. Maybe has to prove herself, which is why she's hunting down vampires, kindred. Or possibly she's like a kind of more stealthy assassin type hitman.
I don't think she's particularly stealthy.
Well, comparatively to other ones.
Mm.
Smaller, therefore less obvious, is what I was thinking. But not
I don't
super
like.
intelligent, I don't think.
I don't like werewolves. No.
I tend to dislike anything that wants me dead, so yeah.
Yeah.
Are we being hunted?
I don't.
Do we?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, Florence, come back. Yeah, with me?
What?
Are you with me?
What?
Are you with me? Are you still here? You know what we're talking about? Werewolves? Yeah?
Where?
No. It's
Right.
so we're talking about werewolves.
Right. Yes.
I'm worried that we're being hunted because you've met you're being hunted possibly because you've met the same one. Yeah. No. It's fine. Stay with. Just let's get to the end of the conversation, and then you can go wherever you're going.
Nice places. Right. Werewolf. What?
Yes. Are we worried that it is looking for you specifically, and maybe now all of us?
Well,
How on a 1 to 10? How bad is this?
well, I don't bloody know. I mean, she knew about me.
Right.
And seen Marco, I think, and now she's seen you, and definitely Nate. So I'm assuming she's probably very angry about all of us because I was helping her, and she was all like, "Yes, I'll let you live," and then bloody Nate shot a gun at her.
Right.
And then you shot her in the flipping leg, you...
Because she was about to chase us and kill us.
Maybe we could have talked to her and be all like, well, oh dear, we don't know that...
Before the gunshot, she was on the precipice of ripping us apart. It was 50-50 whether after we gave her that information, she was going to rip us apart. After getting shot at, I feel like it was about 99-1 on us being ripped apart.
She seemed like quite a nice young lady, really.
Really?
The whole ripping apart bit. I mean, she was quite reasonable.
Not really, no.
She didn't rip us apart straight away.
That's because we offered her... I mean, we offered her information. We basically, wits awareness, please. Can I just see if anyone is... I mean, I can't see this fucker anyway, I know it, but...
Go on, then.
So 3 successes.
What are you looking for? Werewolves?
Gates, basically. I always assume Gates is nearby when I talk about anything incriminating. So I stop and I listen and I look and I kind of wave my gun vaguely in the direction in case I smack him in the face with my gun.
What are you looking for? What? What's happening?
Do I see anything?
No, you don't see anything.
Okay.
But you do hear something.
Oh, God. Okay.
You hear a light tinkling sound in the distance.
Kind of like chains?
Maybe like chains.
Okay, Florence. You're
Yeah?
going to need to be extremely quiet and not give anything away. If this is who I think it is, this could be very, very dangerous. And not in a werewolf way, but in a other way, which is not fun either. Are you with me?
I'll just go and sit in the corner. Florence is going to take a cup of tea, go and sit down in the corner, and obfuscate.
No, don't hide.
Oh.
Not worth hiding. Not worth hiding. Don't do
right,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll just be here with my tea then.
I will wait, and I will sit down, and I will wait extremely nervously, gun on the table now. What happens?
Florence, this is the first time you experience this. So after maybe 2-3 minutes of a gradual increase in the sound of clinking, clanging sounds, probably it's mostly like clanging. No, mostly clinking. You're not sure. But after that time is up, it slows down, and then it stops as a figure rounds the corner of the only door you know of in this place. And a hunched over man in rags, with a horrible face, heavy looking, bulky, just stands there in the doorway, blocking it entirely, and just stands there and watches the two of you.
Good morning, Mr. Gates. To what do I owe this delightful pleasure of your visit?
Oh, Loki, you're so fucking polite.
Sometimes it pays to be polite.
You know why I'm here.
Uh-huh.
So I have some questions.
I'm a fountain of knowledge for you.
Marvelous. Make sure you spill it all then.
I wouldn't.
Because I'm in no mood for your shit.
Okay.
First question.
Yep.
Who the fuck's this?
This is Florence.
Good evening, Florence.
Good evening.
Will you require her to leave?
Only if you do.
No?
And she stays where she is.
Okay.
Second question.
Yes.
Are you able to repay your debts?
It's a difficult job you gave me.
That's not an answer, Loki.
Well, it's about as good as as I can give you. I can attempt. It depends how much you want to know.
I want to know everything that you have.
Well, I can give you that. It depends whether you'll deem it enough to repay my debts.
Loki,
Yeah.
spill the beans. Don't waste my time.
Alright then. So, you asked me to look into the death of... Sheepdog has forgotten her name.
Angelica. He finishes the sentence for you.
Of Angelica, yes, of course. Who could forget? Well, I have an independent investigator looking into it. And I'm going to bring out the files that I picked up off James Wayward.
Mm-hmm. Of
Well,
the
that he
investigator.
dropped off me, yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to hand them all over. This is everything that he could find out about it himself, investigating the unfortunate incident.
He takes it off you and starts to leaf through.
Maybe you want to ask questions after you've had a quick peruse of that. Would you like some tea? Florence just brewed up some tea.
Oh, yes, I can make a cup of tea.
Why not?
Oh, lovely. I'll put the kettle back on then. There we go.
Do you want me to roll dexterity again?
Please do.
With your bonus one, because you
With your bonus one. Your life may depend on it.
3 successes.
3 successes.
There you go. 1 lump or 2.
I like it sweet.
Oh,
2,
two
please.
then. Lovely. There you go.
Not for
Dear.
R2, there's like 50 lumps.
There you go, dear. There you go. What happened? It's been warm.
He holds the tea, puts it down on the side, just kind of smells it for a bit. He's swilling it everywhere. Like he's not steady as he's moving, and just kind of lumps it down on the side. He doesn't drink, and he's leafing through this, and he's like, "Now, Loki,
Yes.
you're going to explain to me why this man knows so much about Angelica's business."
You asked me to look into it. I told him to be careful, but to look into the matter. Do you want him gone?
He's on a knife edge.
Well,
I feel he may be leaving things out of this. So if I find out that he knows too much, I'm going to ask you to do it. And he flips it closed. It just disappears into his many layers of cloth.
Florence kind of nods approvingly at all the way.
let's hope for his sake that he hasn't left anything out. Or knows too much.
Let's hope.
Anything else you would like to ask?
Yeah. Florence.
Yes, dear.
Your name is mentioned. Wait, no, it wasn't. I don't think it was. Never mind.
Her name wasn't in the report. There was, I think there was Nate's name and the.
So glad I'm not there.
Yeah, seriously, dude. There's Nate's name and his touchstone's name. What's a
Renala, yes.
Renala. And I think Gregor was in there as well.
Gregor was in there as well, yes.
I think that was it. John may have been in there, but I don't think anyone knew him to name him. So
And
I'm not sure about
just a
that.
big, hairy, ugly guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's full of eyewitness reports, but yeah, I was thinking about something different. So yeah, good thing I caught that.
Although, I will say that Gates does know all their names.
You did tell him,
Yeah.
Loki.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to know.
Hit me.
I
No,
asked
actually,
you.
don't actually hit me.
I asked you to find out who killed Angelica.
Right.
And this is a start. This is solid detective work.
I have my suspicions, if that helps.
Please enlighten me.
You know that big, hairy gentleman that's mentioned? There's talk of him going after vampires, kindred, specifically for their bloods. It sounds a lot this lovely young lady who was unfortunately killed. Sounds like a prime target for someone like this. Sounds like a bit of a... I can't remember the name, but it's like a blood leech or something. The ones that like go off.
Yeah. Okay. So you suspect this John character?
He is the highest on my list of suspects. Behind that, possibly one of the people working for Angelica there. One of the models, maybe. I don't know. From what I've investigated so far, no one else really seems suspect.
Florence. Are you trying to keep your cool and not look nervous at this point?
Trying to, yes.
Make
And so
me...
she's not saying anything. She's hoping to go unobserved.
Fair enough. Let's make a composure subterfuge roll.
Oh, good. My strongest.
I'm going to check out Mr. Gates
Oh, please don't.
and his stats.
Oh, 3 successes.
That's good. That's, yep.
3
that's
successes isn't bad.
I'm not spending any more of my almost non-existent willpower, though.
You can't re-roll, so it doesn't matter.
Keep in mind, I don't actually know who killed Angelica.
Yes.
I may have suspicions.
Who did kill Angelica?
You did.
It was you.
Fuck yeah.
Do you not remember the crossbow and the die, bitch? And...
Look, it's...
Her Chinese weave to the empire.
Okay.
I half expect Florence to say that out loud. Like, who did kill Angelica?
Okay. Luckily for you, 3 is what you needed. So all that happens is he looks at you and says, "You know about any of this?"
No.
She does know John.
Oh, well, yes. Mad bugger he is. Mad bugger. He mashed somebody's head against a wall once.
They crossed paths briefly.
So he's strong.
Oh, yes. And then, yes.
He sounds a bit like a berserker.
Tore a man's arm clean off as well.
We're talking like feral, gangrel, Nosferatu type character.
A thin blood.
Yeah,
That's strong.
that's strong. Wait, did Florence tell me about him diablerizing? I think she did.
Pretty sure she did, yeah.
Yeah. It's possible he's no longer a thin blood as well. So, on top of being...
Wits insight, both of you.
Okay.
Success. 3s. 4. Okay. Loki doesn't see this, but Florence definitely sees this. Like there's a passion, a determination suddenly in Mr. Gates' eyes,
Perfect.
and his something about your intuition tells you that something clicked in his head when you said thin blood may be diablerized. Like, I guess it doesn't matter if he dies. And if he is the person, then I'll get my revenge. And if he isn't, no harm, no foul. I'm gonna go do some research. Thanks for the tea.
Mr. Gates, quickly before you go.
Quickly.
Myself and Florence have recently come afoul of a werewolf on the hunt. I'm a bit worried about our safety here not being guaranteed. I was wondering if you'd be willing to extend some sanctuary for a small while, considering the job that I've done. Also, Florence is looking for work in the area of subterfuge, and she is very good.
Yes, I can do that. I can do that. I need to do that.
I always have jobs.
Yeah, she is very good.
Okay, charisma plus persuasion, Loki.
Can I help by being? I am good at hiding. Very good. Yes.
You get a +1 for enthusiasm.
Oh, shall I just roll one more?
Yeah, just roll 1d10.
I'll be right back. I just want to get a drink of water.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Should have had a break, but I got too into it. Sorry.
She would be able to out sneak many of your guys. I can guarantee you that.
Test me out if you want. I
If-
don't mind.
I think I will.
Ooh. I like playing.
You
hide.
want sanctuary? It'll cost you. I have a job. I will collect you. No. Someone will collect you at the entrance to... And he kind of waves dismissively at Loki's. Loki traps the entrance. Someone will collect you and guide you. If you're not there, then there's no deal.
When do we go?
Tonight. Unless you have somewhere better to be.
No, no, I really don't. No.
Well,
Could remuneration be part of this deal as well?
Florence just looked at you like,
Monetarily?
how many successes did you get? No.
2. Alright.
The deal's the deal. How does it sound?
So wait, so this is for the sanctuary, and then any further work, if this goes all right, would be for money, right? I find myself in pressing need of some money.
I can arrange money.
Thank
That will
you.
come later.
All righty, dear.
Found yourself a gem, Loki.
Well, you know, I got lucky.
No, you didn't. I'm not that sort of woman. How very dare you even insinuate something like that, young man? Honestly.
Mr. Gates, can I assume that for the present time, my debt is paid?
Your debt? No. But your job is done. Unless you find out something else that confirms exactly who killed Angelica.
Okay. But the job is done.
For the time being.
Okay.
Good evening, Loki. Thanks for the tea, Florence.
Anytime, dear, anytime.
He picks it up. It's clearly still, you can see the steam. It's searing hot. Sniffs it. Just laps at it a tiny bit. Spits it back out. Puts it on the side. And then the clanking ensues and gets
Doodle
quieter.
bit, dear. Oh, waste not, want not.
Florence just totally like.
And Loki's gonna swivel and look at Florence like dead in the eye, and
Well, he seemed nice.
yeah, very jolly.
Yes, look, he
Happy
appreciates
fellow.
a good cup of tea. Only wrong uns don't like tea. So, oh, yes, so,
Well, I guess we have to wait around a little while till the representative from Mr. Gates comes to pick you up.
yes. Yeah.
And after 5 minutes have gone by, I will actually start talking again. So, that was Mr. Gates. You may have figured out by now that he engaged me to investigate your group. To find out who killed Angelica.
So, he was fond of Angelica then, was he?
Wits awareness, please.
Yeah, Loki, you're going to have to do
Yeah, I know. I know. It's
charisma
literally
substitute.
no, wits awareness to see if he's still here.
Oh, okay.
Which
Right. Okay. 2. You hear rats scurrying. You don't hear anything out of the ordinary.
That is from what I can tell, that's a very passive way of putting it. Think more one-sided Romeo and Juliet, maybe?
Wasn't he? Liked her.
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh.
What's a tragic? You remember what happened to
Cyrano de Bergerac, maybe. That was quite a tragic one.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, yes, it's Cyrano de Bergerac because, he's not...
There's an infatuation
Yes.
bit there.
Yes.
Do you remember what happened to Mercutio?
No, I was never that keen on Romeo
Right.
and Juliet, to be honest with you.
Well, he got
That
killed
idiots.
fairly horribly.
Well,
because of-
Shakespeare, most people do.
Yeah. So yeah, like whoever actually killed her, Angelica, is basically crosshairs for Mr. Gates.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
But I'm pretty sure he thinks as I do. Like it has to be that this John.
Oh, yes, it's, yes.
I mean,
He's a
it fits too well.
Yes. It's couldn't make that sort of thing up, could you?
No.
All right then.
Oh, I'm so fucked.
Question: do I have sanctuary already for the job I've done, or
No, that wasn't agreed on.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But I don't want to push him any further because Jesus Christ, that dude's touching.
There are curses beyond ugliness. Okay, so do you wait at the assigned area?
Yes, I do.
Who comes a knocking? I think God damn it, where's it gone?
I love that Fuzzy didn't remember who killed Angelica. And then it was like,
It was a busy day, okay?
it was a crazy final episode.
There was a lot happening. Okay, so after waiting the assigned amount of time, I don't think it's anyone you know
Okay.
arrives. No. No, it's not anyone you know. Okay. There is just a woman, very plainly dressed. I mean, polo neck in the sewers. But
Says the Beast.
go on then.
It is Resolve versus Animalism versus Composure Subterfuge.
Composure subterfuge. 3 successes. Okay. That's not a crit. So hang on. Have you written it down in your powers bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So win allows to sense level of hostility, determine whether they harbor supernatural beast, marking as vampire or werewolf. On a critical, you get the exact type of beast and their hunger. Or
Yeah. Okay, you win. And you know that this person is indifferent to you, and definitely not hostile. They're actively looking for someone. There is a supernatural beast in them, but you can't tell what it is.
Doubtful werewolf. So I'm going to assume.
Certainly, certainly you can guess it's probably not a werewolf.
Hello. Here we are.
Hello.
Oh, while we were waiting, could I have like found a rat to eat? Because I'm quite fucking hungry.
Yeah. Yeah. Charisma animal can.
Right.
See how many dots you get when you hunt.
Fuck.
Holy crap.
None. Okay, cool.
Unless you want to willpower that one.
No.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I would have warned you against it. Okay. You're too jittery.
Or Mr. Gates has just scared them all away.
I could
the
very
rats
much see
fucked.
that.
All the rats are just like, not today, motherfucker.
You know, they're not scared away. They're just too quick for you. They're not interested in coming and eating from your hand. None of that. Do you have any of your herd left?
I'm not sure actually. I think I might have like one left, but I want to kind of leave them to replenish, which is why I'm hunting the wild ones.
Fair enough. Okay, good idea. So, she's like, you're the two...
Yes, that's right, dear.
Marvellous. I will lead you to Sanctuary. Is that what you want? Sanctuary?
Yes.
That would be nice, yes.
Sweet. Okay, follow me. Follow me.
I'm Florence. What's your name, by the way, dear?
None of your business. Sorry, purely professional.
Fair enough, dear. Fair enough.
But I'm glad to meet you, Florence.
Yes.
This is Loki, I've been told.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
I love the beard.
Thank you. Are we going up above ground?
In a while.
Well, I'll need to put my mask on then.
Yes, please do. It disturbs me.
Thanks.
I think the mask's adorable, though.
It's
The
lovely to
mask is great. It does its job exceptionally well.
It's
hide
so
the
cute.
face. You know what I mean?
Yes. So, after a little bit of walking, in fact, where are you? Where exactly under the city is your labyrinth?
I don't know the city too well as sheepdog, so it's up to you.
Okay.
I'd say probably like reasonably close to the center.
Okay. If it's reasonably close to the center, then you won't have long to walk.
That's probably the most like maze-like as it gets towards the center, so makes sense that it would be kind of around there.
So yeah, after a little bit, you get led up through a manhole cover, which is in between two close buildings, up onto the street. You cross the street, walk a little bit, up a hill, and she turns left into a pub and goes round the side into like a staff entrance and makes sure that she waits for you and like ushers people out of the way in the kitchen. But apart from that, there's no one that really is around or sees you. And then she goes through the kitchen, out through the back, and onto another street. And on this street, no, you don't see anything. So, once again, you cross the street, and you realise that you're even higher. You've gone up, even higher than you expected to when you come out on the street on the other side, which is odd. And it comes to a large, sandy-coloured cliff face. And you see her just kind of slowly stop and walk much more carefully now. And she begins to tap gradually along this sandstone cliff face.
Is this the same cliff face where Diablerie thing happened?
You've gone round some windy bits. So let's say...
I assume it's like the same cliff line. But
It's the same cliff line. You're pretty certain of that.
So it's
You're not
all-
exactly sure where in relation to it is, but you know, it looks the same. And eventually, you see her eyes begin to they shine a bit. She's not looking at you, she's not looking at the cliff face. There's a middle distance there. And eventually the tapping stops. And she smooths her hand over an area of cliff. And then it becomes apparent to you, now that she's smoothed her hand over, that she jumped. You look to where she was and where she is now, and there's a gap that you hadn't noticed before. And in that gap is a kind of cage fence locked door with a giant heavy padlock on it. She gets out a single key, plugs it in, unlocks it, and then ushers you through into a dark cave.
Well, this is nice, isn't it?
Not really.
Lovely.
It's extremely convenient
Yes.
if you know where
Say-
to find it.
Well,
You see her message on her phone after she's closed and locked the gate behind you. Follow me. Quickly.
Certainly, dear.
I hope you appreciate this, by the way, Florence, because I don't really want to be here. At the same time as really wanting to be here.
Well, make your bloody mind up.
Well, can I shift back a bit so that only Florence can hear me?
Yeah, sure.
You and your paranoia.
So
Speak up a bit. The mask's muffling you.
I can't speak up a bit because this is like personal, private kind of thing.
Well, enunciate then.
Well, just be cool in here because I'm pretty sure the person who made me is in here somewhere. So.
Okay. Well, I'm always cool. What are you talking about?
Well, just don't go blurting shit out like you usually do.
I'll try my best.
Okay. And just, tread carefully is all I'm saying. Like, you met Mr. Gates.
Mm.
Yeah, so,
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, let's go. Good job.
Marvelous. Thank you. She leads you through. It's basically a big carved out sandstone cave network. She didn't go very far. It's like a couple of minutes walk. But eventually you see there are branches and a couple of bricked off places with like little gaps at the very top of them. But she leads you past those. And there's a hole in the floor that seems to lead down to a second level. She's like, not far now. Jumps down into the hole.
Oh, well, there she goes. I was just about to ask her something. Can I jump down too and then ask her the question?
Yeah.
Hello, again. Lovely to see you. Question. Is it possible that we could get a little something to eat for my friend? Because if she has to go do a job, she's going to need to eat.
I can ask for you. Please, through this way. She leads you like...
Poof.
There she is.
Majestic.
Oh, yeah. I used to be quite nimble in my youth, but that was a long time ago.
And she leads you not very far, like just down one of the several different routes and in this second level to an alcove. And it's like a very small room. There's nothing in there. It's kind of bowl-shaped. And on one wall is a painting of a cross and, praying, kneeling figures on either side. And a little bit of yellow to do the splashy, prayy, glowy stuff.
Oh, irony. Wonderful.
Marvelous. Wait here. I'll ask.
Thank you.
She's gone. 5 minutes.
You don't seem like a religious type. Didn't strike me as the religious type.
I would assume that this was already here. Maybe some sect or other. They used this as a hideout or a place to pray. Maybe it's.
I mean, there's been religious persecutions throughout history. I mean, just look at the suppression of the Catholic Church back in the day. That was the suppression of the Protestant Church, and then the suppression of the Catholic Church again.
Is there a role I could do to figure out what the hell this is?
Sure. I would say intelligence academics, or perhaps intelligence politics?
I will go with politics. But I assume it's going to be harder with politics. Yeah.
2 successes. Yeah. That definitely rings a bell. This seems like a Catholic cross.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to tell Florence that. I'm going to let her ramble.
What was it, sorry?
It's Catholic cross, probably. I'm not going to tell you that.
Yeah, no, Florence is just just bimbling on about the history of religious suppression in Britain over the centuries. And
Definitely. And interrupting you.
Does she know all this shit?
Interrupting you is the lady again.
Oh, hello, dear.
And in her hand, she holds out to you, Florence, a red fruit.
Thank you. What is it, dear?
Food. Drink up.
Is it?
Best just to drink up, Florence.
Is it people or not? I'm assuming not, but you never know.
It's mortal sustenance.
From a person?
Wits insight.
Can't believe it's taken us so long to get to the Nosferatu 10. I've been wanting to come here for ages.
Okay. Florence, with 4 successes, you can see in her look and the fact that she says, no, not really, that there's a half-truth in there. No, not really is definitely what she thinks, but she's definitely not telling you something.
If you're
Was
gonna-
anybody hurt to
Florence.
make this?
Florence, if you're going to go and do a job, you're going to need
Was
to.
anybody hurt?
No. I'm going to keep your 4 wits insight there. She seems genuine when she says no one was hurt.
You haven't got rats or anything, have you?
None that we can spare.
Florence, please don't insult our host.
I'm not insulting. I'm just look. I don't like hurting people.
Well, no one was hurt. There you go.
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. It's a mess. So you don't have the teeth of kindred. So this is weird for you because your teeth pierce the skin. There's a slight snap as your teeth go in, and then it kind of shrivels and disgorges the blood into your mouth. And you are at 1 hunger again. And I am going to check something that I should have checked first.
Is it the resonance?
Yes.
Also, Loki can take his mask off because he's very much not in masquerade breaching his place.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. Pick between celerity and potence.
Oh fuck.
Celerity.
Hey, maybe I want to take potence. You don't know. Yeah, celerity.
Okay.
So I will
Please be
remove a
3.
point of
I
animalism.
think it's 2, but please be 3.
I need to check. You know what? There's a lot you get from this. This is not like anything you have tasted before. There is an acute anger in here. There is crying. It is the anger of crying out and railing against imprisonment. It is an anger of rebellion after the spark of hope has been snuffed out. It is an anger against circumstances. And it is so powerful that I need to go through the book and give you some cool stuff.
Fuck me,
Yay.
what did I just drink? Who did I just drink?
Either someone who is imprisoned somewhere here as like a blood bag, or possibly a brouhaha. Like, that's the only other thing I could think of.
God damn it. Why does this book have no way of finding
Is
out
this
stuff?
like one of those little juice concentrate bottles you can get that'll make
It's essentially that, yeah.
condensed
dear.
angry blood?
You receive a Dyscrasia.
A what?
A Dyscrasia. This is nothing that Florence, as someone who only drinks rats, would understand. This you are. If you were mortal, this substance would be addictive. I need to find it. I hate looking for stupid. No. Blood.
How's
Blood.
that going for you there, Florence? You seem remarkably invested in. Right? Okay. Someone's forgotten their manners.
Okay.
It's not. It was.
There's just blood everywhere.
Yeah.
I am.
That was.
Do you have a napkin, maybe?
What? No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
And do you maybe have another one? That seems very nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna DM this to Fuzzy, but I'm also gonna read it. Where are you at? Fuzzy, you get with this blood the Dyscrasia of rebellious anger. You get to re-roll any one roll in a conflict with a perceived ideological enemy. You may not re-roll hunger dice that resulted in ones during the first roll.
Damn. So if you go fight the prince...
No! Oh, no.
Well, I just say, he's ideological.
Nope.
This is going to last until you get to hunger 5 or you feed again.
So it's probably not going to get used then.
It might come up, you never know. However, let's roll a 1d10 because I don't know where it is in the book and I don't know whether to decide success or failure. No success. You get 2 points of celerity.
Boom.
Nice.
And you lose your animalism, I believe.
Yep.
But that is a place to end it.
I'm sneaky and fast. That'll come in handy.
Oh yeah. Thank you everyone for playing through that. I hope you have appreciated the fact that you survived by the skin of your teeth.
Yes.
Outroduce yourselves and tell people where you can find yourselves. Delphron.
Yo! Thank you for watching. Name is Delphron. You can find me everywhere. Delphron, Twitch. I normally stream every day, bar the weekends now. And I post daily on YouTube. So yeah.
Sheepy.
Hey there, guys. I'm Sheepdog, and instead of doing the usual joke about how you can't find me on the internet, I'm actually switching things up on my YouTube channel. So keep an eye on that. So you might see some styles of video coming out soon.
And Florence. Fuzzy, sorry.
Well, it's fine. I'm always in character.
You can find me on YouTube.
No, you can't. Well, actually, technically you can. My YouTube is a wasteland of abandoned, shitty clip dumps. But yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/fuzzyfreaks, where I am mostly playing through the Dragon Age trilogy. Whether I make it through the entire trilogy, I don't know, but I'm definitely looking forward to 2. Because I'm one of those weirdos who likes Dragon Age 2.
I've never played it, but I did enjoy what I played of the first one, Origins. before I abandoned it. Anyway, you can find me, Gaming FTL, pretty much everywhere if you want to watch the VODs of this and catch up. Strange Adventures on YouTube, but Gaming FTL everywhere else. Unless you want to see me do other roleplay stuff, in which case you can catch me tomorrow in a mage game on EE's channel, or on Roll For It, where I am in 3 of their shows. Oh no, well, 2, mostly 3, 2.5. Yeah. God, I'm busy. Soon I will return to YouTube videos, but I have to catch up on my sleep and figure out what I'm doing first. So... Yep. Damn, I'm not gonna continue to shill my stuff, but please know that I appreciate and love all the people that watch on Strange Adventures. Your comments feed me. They're wonderful. I love people's reactions to these beautiful characters. So don't stop, and we will keep going.
I'd like to point out that low-key has possibly been the best thing for Florence this entire campaign. Just always helping her out, making sure she's safe, fuck mate.
Who's defended her twice against a werewolf now? I mean...
Defended it.
You have shot a werewolf twice and missed twice.
Everything would have
And Florence got away twice. There might not be a connection there, but there's a connection there in this side.
I've given Florence safety. I've given Florence a job. I've made sure that she wasn't murdered for killing Angelica. I put someone else. I put them on the scent of someone else.
Does Loki know that Florence had something to do with that? Or?
Loki knows that you guys were all together and probably all there when Angelica died. But he hasn't found out enough to have any actual suspicions about any of you. Basically, you're all guilty as far as he's concerned, which means he can throw anyone under the bus, which means that John made the most sense, and that's why he mentioned the diablerie, because it's gonna click in Gates's head, maybe he diablerized Angelica, or maybe that's why he went there, etc., etc. And basically, yeah.
I'll be honest, that's not what flipped, but nice try.
Yeah. Well, it's
a possibility. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching. We will catch you next time. I believe Florence is taking a break.
Yes.
On the 5th?
Yes. I will not be here next Monday because I'll be on my way home from Cardiff.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. So goodbye, everyone. We will be raiding Geek Space TV. They're lovely.
Yay!
They do TTRPGs. Check them out. Make sure you do the winky mustaches and the follows. Bye.